Well, John Hyatt. John. He's one of your
Oh,
friends.
the great John Hyatt.
Yeah,
He's the
he
best. And
he
who
got a
else?
job real quick. Caesar's Palace is doing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the musical, and he got a job as an Oompa Loompa.
Welcome to Fish and Snacks, the podcast that teaches you all about what's going on in sports, in life, and in Hollywood. And now, how about a nice round of applause for Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Snacks Grunberg.
I scare you? Number 47, Fish and Snacks. Oh, put that tongue away, please. Oof. Oh, God. Where's that tongue been?
You remember the movie Scarface when Tony Montana goes, "Oh, look at this fucking thing! It's like a lizard." It was fucking great.
Like this?
First of all, you look fantastic, and I always tell you look really good today. You look like you're relaxed. What's your favorite Al Pacino film?
Oh my God, there's so many. He's just a Godfather, of course, but I love Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. Ooh-ah! And Michelle Pfeiffer was in that. One of the greats, right?
Yeah, mine was smell of a woman, scent of a woman.
Was that when he goes, "That's a nice ass"?
Yeah, and he's blind. He's blind. His role is blind in right. My favorite all-time Al Pacino. Please, everyone, go watch this film. It came out in '74. Snacks has seen it. Dog Day Afternoon, based on a true story. Yes, when he robs a bank with his friend, and it's all to pay for a sex change operation for Al Pacino's girlfriend, and he's married. Phenomenal. Snacks, we're 47. Let me ask you something. I'm going to ask you a trivia question. What do you think is America's top recreational activity? It's also a sport that you can get paid a lot of money for, and I promise you and everyone in your family has done it.
Smoking pot. No.
Yeah,
I've never done
that'll make you money.
Yeah, I do not know. Tell me.
Bowling. One of our themes today is bowling, and I found out through my research that if you're in California, that area between Fresno and Modesto, there's more bowling alleys per capita there than anywhere in the greater Los Angeles or the greater United States. That's phenomenal. That if you want to go on a date, you can go bowling anywhere in Central California. Isn't that something you needed to know?
John Goodman and Jeff Bridges. That was so good about bowling. Oh my God.
Oh, what do we call it? Jesus Christ, with Jeff Bridges, what was it called? The Big Lebowski.
So good. Oh. Kids, are you listening? These are great movies. And by the way, I want to let you know that Al Pacino didn't get his SAG card, Screen Actors Guild card, until he was 30.
Really? Why?
Yes. Don't give up. Never give up. 30 years old. Yes. A lot of big time actors didn't get into their profession until they were in their 30s.
You know what's funny about that film is that we talk about casting, and you're involved with casting, and you've been in the business so long, is that the studio, Paramount, wanted Jack Nicholson and Robert Redford to play Sonny and Michael, and Francis Ford Coppola, the director, said, no, we need Italians to play it. Can you imagine the change of history? If Brando's Brando, they already cast him, but you got Nicholson playing, one was Sonny and one was Michael, and then Redford the other. I don't know if it would have worked. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. It was cast perfectly. Really good. And Al Pacino's in his 80s, and I think he did have a kid. Him and De Niro had kids in the early 80s. Is that crazy?
Well, there's hope for you. You're only in your 40s. Yeah.
I'm 38 forever. Thanks.
You could have a kid like that. Can you imagine? That's a great screenplay that your boy Sandler could be in. That Grunberg has a kid. Someone plays you, and you're in your 60s, and you have a kid, and you have to raise it by yourself. That would be great. The kid would. Here's the thing. Here's the whole story. The kid never knows what a drive-through is. That's his entire. That's his. Even when he's a baby.
I know the title of the movie. It's called "One Got by the Goalie."
Great. See,
One got by the goalie. Yeah.
Talent. That's talent. Wherever he's sitting, that's talent right there. How you feeling before we get to some videos?
Feeling good. Always could be better, and hopefully it will. How about you? How you feeling?
Good.
Scanned. You're in the pool, right? You're doing some.
I just got out of the pool. My hair's a little wet and stuff like that. I'm doing my water aerobics in my pool.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's 100. We tape on a Friday to show Monday. Still will be hot. I don't know where it is in your beautiful, side of Southern California, but it's, as I'm looking right now, it's 104 degrees outside in wonderful, beautiful Las Vegas.
My buddy Dave Linden, he said you guys had an earthquake the other day. His house shook, and it was raining there. Is that true?
The earthquake happened around 2:15. My wife goes, "Oh my God!" It lasted about 9 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Typical sex thing for you. And it was a jolt. It was 4.2, 4.5. Because we get the first thing I do is I was going to call you, because you get an earthquake here, we think California, God forbid, got hit.
Right.
But no, it happened. It was centered here.
Wow, crazy.
No fun.
Vegas.
On that subject, tell me about where were you? We never talked about this because you lived it. Where were you when the '94 earthquake hit? Were you on where were you?
I was in my grandma's. She was in the hospital at UCLA, and I saw her. And then I came home, and I had just bought a new TV, a new Sony, and it was shaking. It was shaking. And the TV almost fell off the shelf. I caught it. It was like I spent all my money, saving all my money for this TV. And then we checked on my nanny, and she was fine at UCLA. And that's where I was. My grandma was sick, and she recovered from that. And I was home living with my parents. Hello. And listen, Mother Nature, man, those things happen, right?
Yep, they do.
Where were you?
I got home from Mom's Saloon real quick. Mom's Saloon, the bar closed at 2:00, and I can't fall asleep right away, so I'm watching SportsCenter. But I hear all the dogs in the neighborhood barking. I go outside, and the next door neighbor Norm smoking a cigarette. I go, "What the fuck's going on? Is there robbery or something like that?" It's about 4:15 in the morning, right? Then it hits. I have hardwood floors in my house, and I have 2 wall units that are full of glass snacks. They come down. I run to the back of the house because it's my bedroom. Vicky, Max is in his room. I ran through glass, never got my feet. My feet never got cut, which is a miracle. I grabbed Max. Wow. Vicky, we go outside in front. Across the street, there was 2 Australian students that were renting the house. They were student exchange. They run out to the middle of the street and they're stark naked. And
wow.
Vicky goes, "Eric, give him something." I said, "Nah, I'm good." Because they were freaking
were they guys
out.
Or girls? Were they guys?
They were girls. They were girls. They were full.
I like that.
Full birthday suits.
And
if you ever been in an earthquake,
where were you living in LA?
At that time, I had a house off of Mammoth and Burbank. Sort of borderline Sherman Oaks and Van Nuys. The marker there's a famous bar still in the corner called Ireland's 32. And
correct.
If you've never been in an earthquake, everyone, Brad has the 71. Well, he wasn't born yet, but I was. And the 94. The 94 earthquake was the catalyst for me moving to Las Vegas.
Wow.
The house had major damage. I said, Vicky goes, "Let's get the hell out of here." And this is a fish story. I had a lot of contact. Yeah. Excuse me?
That's a game.
I had a lot of contacts in Vegas. Yeah. So I grabbed
for Las Vegas.
Well, I grabbed 2 friends of mine. I grabbed a guy named John Hyatt and a
buddy Jeff.
You
don't have any friends but me.
Well, I grabbed 2 friends. I started moving to Vegas, and they followed me. We all moved out to Vegas at the same time.
And who were they?
Well, John Hyatt. John. He's one of your friends.
The great John Hyatt.
Yeah.
He's the best.
He got a job real quick. Caesar's Palace was doing Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the musical, and he got a job as an Oompa Loompa. And then, joking. Hey.
That's a good one.
Let's do some videos.
Let's do it. Oh, God.
Oh! That's horrible.
Oh, the bowling alley. Oh, that's great.
Give me your favorite one.
Do you remember my favorite bowling alley, Encino Bowl? Remember that on Ventura? Do you remember that?
Sure. Wasn't was it called the Corbin Bowl or the Encino Bowl?
No, that's in Woodland Hills. Encino Bowl is in Encino. Now it's a was, oh, it's a Marshall's, but it had the best French fries. I only went for the French fries. I wasn't a great bowler. I was a lefty. It was like Earl Anthony. Remember him? He was so good.
Sure. Did you ever use a bowling alley? My brother, Bobby, is in all these bowling leagues. The one in Studio City that was, what's it called? The one right next to old Jerry's Deli next to Carney's. It's right there.
It was, Jerry's Deli. Right. It's not there anymore, but yes, there was a great.
But the bowling alley is. And my brother got laid all the time. He was in bowling leagues and people, it's
Your brother
great.
Got laid? Oh.
Yeah.
Your brother's better looking than you. That's for
absolutely. Sure. So are you right now. But hey, look, it's a great social experience.
John is better looking than you. And of course, you know how I feel about your sister. So yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You look pretty good. I met you in when I met you. I did
1992, April of 1992.
92, I met you? Oh, wow. That's crazy. At Mom Saloon, you allowed us to use me and Sam Perkins. That show's going to sell, called Wingman. And it was so much fun. And you know who I miss so much? Do we miss him? The greatest burger flipper in the business.
You hired Dave Brown has played Roscoe.
Yeah,
but
Dave Brown.
You were nice enough to put the budget up to do a pilot. And you hired me to be an actor in it, and this guy, Dave Brown, who we had on one of our past shows. And I'll tell you, Jordo, Snacks, our audience, he was not as quick-witted as Snacks, but if you put these two together, they were the Harvey Korman and the Tim Conway of our generation together.
Bless you.
And hello? He's over there, Snacks? You're freezing up again, buddy. Hello? So let's go to another video. Let's get to the videos so we can get him back. Oh, it's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. You know what, Jordo? Snacks is sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. He's frozen in time. He's probably taking a lithium drip. But I'll tell you what, guys. It is the most embarrassing when you take a girl on a date to go bowling and you think you're the shit. You think you're John Turturro in The Big Lebowski. And she goes and throws a 240, and you're throwing gutter balls. It always happens. Let me get another video, buddy. Oh, look at that. Here we go. What's this kid gonna do? Oh no. Poor kid probably hurt his fingers doing that. Hey. Wow. Yeah, it's embarrassing. I mean, but again, bowling, we're gonna get some bowling funny real occurrences here coming up. I'm gonna read them for the audience, and we'll get Snacks back if we can. It still some of my greatest moments of hanging out as a kid in that bowling alley I was talking about, the one in the valley. It's just a great socialization. The bowling alleys are the first places you had. Maybe Jordo, who's in his young 30s, they had arcades in the bowling alleys, and you always got the best hot dogs in bowling alleys, and you got the best sodas. And if you're lucky, you found a bartender there that would serve you at 18 years old your first Budweiser. But bowling alleys are thriving nowadays. They always have. There's a great show, Jordo and Snacks, on HBO as we speak called Born to Bowl, about the guys' lives on the professional bowling tour. And some of these guys are psychos with their idiosyncrasies and their superstitions. It's a lot of fun. These are bowling real occurrences, okay? This is the victory lap that ended in disaster, okay? So a guy bowled a strike, turned around to celebrate before the ball hit the pins, started walking backward, and fell straight into the ball return. We just showed you some videos that are kind of embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You don't want to. These guys that are on teams that take it seriously, it's like those softball assholes you see that play softball and they think they're in the major leagues. They fall, they do anything. It is on, man. I've seen brawls in bowling alleys, and a guy fell straight into the ball return. His own team may go after him, okay? The wrong lane incident. A league bowler had a few too many drinks, confidently stepped up, threw a strike, celebrated with the team, then realized he bowled on the lane next to his own. See, don't drink when you're in these leagues. Snacks is back. I'm reading some stuff from a bowling list, phantom stuff that happens bowling, Snacks. And I talked about you and your embarrassing bowling on your dates and shit like that. You'll see it when we show the show. The phantom strike. A bowler threw the ball, immediately yelled strike, and raised both arms. The ball hit the gutter about 10 feet down the lane. Again, bowling humbles the shit out of you, especially when you're on a date. Couple more. Yeah. This birthday humiliation one I thought was terrific. A bowling alley announced, Snacks, it was someone's birthday over the loudspeaker. Happens all the time.
Sure.
The birthday person immediately stepped up the bowl and threw the ball backward into the seating area, hurting someone. Those balls are big. They're hard.
Yeah.
I've seen people hurt their
feet. Heavy.
I've seen people tear a rotator cuff throwing these things. It's insane. All right, the proposal.
Wait a minute. Hard, heavy. Wait, that's me. I'm a bowling ball.
You are a bowling ball. You're a bowling ball. You're a launching pad. Here's the proposal. Last one, Snacks. Move on with the shoe. A guy hit an engagement ring in a bowling ball bag to propose after the game. His girlfriend accidentally grabbed the wrong bag and spent an hour wondering why someone had left jewelry in their equipment. You gotta be that's rough. Imagine a person that did that is like looking for the ring. He's trying to surprise her, and he thinks someone stole it, and then he's got to tell her, "Hey, look, I was gonna propose to you, but someone else has a ring." Not good. So, while you took that siesta to go do what you're doing, okay? I thought you were doing this. I thought you were pouring yourself a
what?
A Dubby. Can you see Dubby?
You got me again.
Yeah.
You got me again, Dubby. What a way to start your day. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
One of our sponsors.
Yeah. Absolutely. Every episode is powered by Dubby Energy Drink Snacks. It delivers smooth, clean energy without the crash, the jitters, or that weird phase where you're suddenly deep cleaning your email box from 2019 at 1:47 a.m. Here's the most important thing you want to stress about this. There's no sugar. There's no mystery chemicals you can't pronounce. Whether you're grinding at work, gaming, editing, or pretending to understand spreadsheets, Dubby keeps you sharp without turning you into a hummingbird. And because you're listening, you get 10% off. Head to Dubby.gg, use promo code Fish and Snacks at checkout. That's Fish and Snacks. It's all caps, one word. Please help us out. The more W you buy, the more we have a chance to monetize it. But this is actually a product that both Snacks and I use, and we stand by it, or else we wouldn't be talking about it. Okay?
Yeah, so, of course.
Dubby's, as Snacks will tell you, it's energy that works, not energy that rearranges your furniture at night. Got some more videos for you, Snacks.
Let's do it, baby. I love the vids.
Thing is, don't give me attitude.
Get out. I don't care. Get out. Get out.
Oh.
Does your Molly talk to you? Annie talks to me.
Yes. You know what she does? Does Annie, when I rub Molly behind her ear, this is what I hear. I love it.
Oh,
and you can tell.
When you massage the ears, it's the best. It's like somebody massaging your neck, right?
How does Annie talk to you? Does Annie make groans or what noises?
Yeah, she says at the dog park, "Ruff, ruff, let's go." She wants to go, and I go, "No, Daddy tells you when you need to pack up." So she sits in back of me in the shade, and then we stay about an hour and a half, and so much fun. You'll go there. By the way, you still come in the third week?
I'm still planning on coming in at the end of June. So
I'm sorry.
We'll probably do the show together. Yeah, wherever you're at, wherever you're at, wherever you freeze, I'll be your Mr. Freeze. So when you take Annie to a drive-through, does she bark from the back seat, and the person at the drive-through automatically knows what she wants to eat? Do you ever trained?
Yeah. I roll down the window, and she does her pleasantries, and and they always rub her nose or her head. Yeah. That's for you, buddy. You know what I have? I have an audience today. Isn't that great for our podcast?
That's great. Where did you? How much did you pay them? And where?
They're getting scale. So, $1,250 to sit here and laugh at my jokes. Yeah. But I know it's I'll tell you something. Dogs are, I always say it, better than people. My Annie is the sweetest. She's going to be 14 on September 11th. So
14. What a blessing. What a blessing.
What about Molly? How old is she?
Molly's 8. Molly be 9 on February 8th of next year.
All right.
But I can't, like I said, you say it. I don't care if you say it 5 times in an episode about dogs are better than people. I love this dog, Molly, than a lot of people in my life. And I know you love Annie more. I'm talking about friends and relatives. And it's a bond that I have. And, the Mosh Baruka, we want to say to our friend Lauren Francesca, she just had a dog, 18 years old. Brad, tell us about, before we get to a couple more videos, she had an 18-year-old dog. You knew the dog. Let's give a shout out to your old podcast partner.
Yeah, Lauren Francesca, great actress, great mother. She is from New York, and she was on like a Regis and Kathy Lee type of show, and they had dogs they were trying to find homes for. And this one guy takes Georgie and hands him to Lauren and said, "This dog is for you." She goes, "Well, I don't want a dog." And then she took the dog, and she took Georgie to, what was it, Germany for a heart valve replacement. Is that crazy? She loved this dog like her own child. Georgie, may you rest in doggy heaven. We miss you. We love you. And shout out to Lauren and her family. Georgie was so special. So,
Lauren, if you're watching, I know you do. 18 years is a great life. And you gave 18 years. Any animal that lives 18 years is great. And I know that dog had 18 years of love and comfort and security and happiness. So that's all we can say to you. We have 2 more videos. Hit one.
Amen.
I lost my door.
What's he doing? Looking at
No. Stop. Don't.
How about that dog with the paw? Nah, you know what? I'll tell you when I'm stopping, right, Brad?
Like my grandma. That's funny.
So funny.
Look at that.
So funny. We got one more video, buddy.
Okay. Buddy.
Some love through our words.
Ginger!
Oh, God.
Look at me!
That's great.
Oh, that's great.
That's Nanny Klein at the beauty parlor. They used to lay at the beauty parlor with those fucking things on top of their head. Then you ask them,
the dome? The dome that comes out. Yeah. Our grandmas were there. Yeah.
You remember that?
When I used to do dry hair. Yeah. The curlers.
Did Nanny Klein, Brad Snack, did Nanny Klein call it the beauty parlor like my grandmother did?
Yes.
I got to go to the beauty parlor,
Yes.
And,
yes. I have film. I have to chop it up and bring on the show of her at the beauty parlor, introducing everybody. Oh my God! I did a movie about her.
You got to get it on the show. That's comedy.
Yeah, I will.
I will. Anyways, I got to get. You mentioned 2 weeks ago on the Lenny Clark great episode that you have a video of Lenny and your grandmother, and I've had 2 people that come in my bar ask when are you going to put it on, so he'll get it to Jordo. We'll do it. Maybe we'll end the show. We'll end the show 1 week with, hey, a shout out to Lenny Clark, thanks, and then here's Nanny.
Yeah, he was so good. Wait till you see the clip. It's great. Sunday Comics on Fox with your host, Lenny Clark.
Right.
He was so
We got a quick article here, and then we get some sports. Something that's going to really interest you in sports that I'm hearing big time here in Vegas. This is a bowling criminal article. July 2023, Dover, Delaware, responded to a disturbance at a bowling alley after receiving reports that a man was chasing people in the parking lot, and he was carrying what witnesses described as a large razor blade. Not good. According to police, when officers arrived, they located the suspect nearby. Rather than cooperating, he allegedly fled on foot. They pursued him and caught him in a residential yard close to a bowling alley. During the arrest, Snacks, police said the suspect resisted officers. No shit. Investigators were unable to immediately locate the razor blade that witnesses had reported seeing. The suspect appeared to be under the influence of alcohol. Really? He was charged with offenses that included aggravated menacing. I've never heard of that. Resisting arrest and related charges. No serious injuries were reported, but the incident caused alarm among many bowling patrons and prompted a significant police response. The story became popular, this is the last paragraph, online because of how bizarre the sequence of events was. People were enjoying a normal night of bowling. Then suddenly a man was allegedly running through the parking lot with a giant razor blade, only to attempt an unsuccessful getaway when police arrived. So the cops come in and they're saying there's a guy at the large razor blade, and you're like, oh shit, do I continue bowling or what? But what would you do if that guy came in? I got that bowling ball
right in the head, yeah, or for the razor blade, one of the two, yeah.
So, what's your take? Because you're good at this because you have the knowledge and the wisdom of these things in sports. What's your take on the I'm going to go to basketball, but I'm going to use this as a precursor. What's your take on loyalty to teams with athletes nowadays? Is this a thing of the?
No loyalty. It's all about money, which is sad. I like when players decide to take a little less cash and they stay, with the first team that, if there's a future. I understand some guys have to leave because they want to win a championship.
Right.
But nowadays it's all about money and endorsements and all that. And I don't really blame them. You know why? Because, they have the Lloyds of London contract if they get hurt and, they're done in their career. So these guys got to make as much money as they can and try to win a championship. And tonight happens to be game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers, are up 1-0 against the San Antonio Spurs. I say Knicks in 6. Hey, that rhymes.
What do you say? But same thing. And like I said, by the time we air, it'll be tonight's game and Sunday's game. I want it to be a great series. We talked about because I don't need a sweep. The Knicks are just going to everybody. If the Spurs lose tonight, I wouldn't be shocked if it's Knicks in 5 or a sweep because they're down 22 to Cleveland, come back in the fourth. They're down 14 the other night, they come back. Right. This is a Golden State Warrior run that Kerr had with Draymond and Durant. This is the Bulls. But my point about loyalty is, let's get to the Warriors. Colin Cowherd of Fox Sports, along with the guys from First Things First on Fox Sports, I'm watching this on my bike this morning. They're reporting that Steph Curry is heavily recruiting LeBron James to go up to Golden State, and there's a lot of interest there. Here's the problem I have with that. LeBron ransacked the Lakers and promised and wanted to opt out if they didn't draft his kid, Bronny. Do you think, this question to you, Snacks, do you think he owes the Lakers? And if he goes to Golden State, it's a snub towards the Lakers?
Yeah, he can't go he has to end his career with the Lakers. No, he can't go to Golden State. I mean, it would be great, all those players to get, but no. I say no. LeBron's better than that. Stay in LA one more year with his son. I don't mind him doing that because to play with did you know that who's the number 1 player for the Knicks? He played with his dad played for the Knicks.
Jalen Brunson?
Jalen Brunson. Sorry. Yeah. I had a brain fart. Jalen Brunson's dad played for the Knicks, and now he's a star on the Knicks. How cool is that? I have no problem with Bronny on the team, and Bronny is a great player. He's not selfish, and he plays with his dad. How great is that? It only can happen to only few people in sports, or let alone in the NBA. So
I agree. Ken Griffey Jr. One more thing after that. I think I agree with you. Stay to the Lakers. If he goes back to Cleveland because he's so tight with that community, being born up in Akron, not far from Cleveland, to end it, go back where you started. I have no problem with that. Before we move on, something's happening right now. If you're not a sports fan, you're just layman. This affects Snacks and Fish. Shohei Ohtani right now is 6-2. He's pitched 8. The 2 games he lost, they had no run. He has the lowest ERA of any guy to ever start 10 games, and he's also hitting. This is the greatest baseball player I have ever seen, and I'm 65 years old. What about you?
First ballot Hall of Famer. Amazing. Gets better every year. He was great with the Angels, but when he came to the Dodgers, I think they're going to three-peat. I really do.
Yeah. They're on fire again. They have injuries now, Betts, and every time they just, and it gets lost that how spoiled we are. The Dodgers have won 11 straight divisions. That's a decade and a year, And this year they have the best record. But I think Atlanta's got hey, we have 100 games left. They've already played 62.
Crazy. 182. God, that's too much.
162 games. I know. Isn't that six next? So
82
you think Ohtani could use Oryx Outdoors?
Oh boy. If you're going camping, there's only one company you need. What is that called again? Oryx Outdoors.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that could Ohtani's the kind of guy like some guys, you know guys, I'm not that guy, that could look at take apart something like a tent and put it together without directions. That's Ohtani. Yeah. He's that kind of guy. Because if his weekend plans, Snacks, include mud on his boots, meat on the grill, and at least one friend saying, quote, I won't say quote, I'll fit. You need the gear that doesn't tap you out before you do. Because Oryx Outdoor makes rugged, dependable equipment for camping, hunting, fishing, tailgating, and those we've probably turned back moments. It's gear built to handle terrain, heavy loads. That's a heavy load. Decision making that seems smart all the time. Yeah. There's no flashy nonsense, no delicate zippers that surrender immediately. Just solid equipment that shows up and does its job, even when your buddy doesn't. Right now, our listeners get 10% off. Head to oryxoutdoors.com. Use the promo code FishSnacks at checkout. That's FishSnacks, all caps, one word. Oryx Outdoors. Gear that survives a trip, even if your plans don't. I got one Hollywood segment, but before we do that, next week we got a real treat. We're going to have Nikki Hatfield on. Snacks and I had this young lady on, a phenomenal bartender, model, and now she's got her first book is called Gold Journal Writings. She talked about her poetry on a show we did a year and a half ago, and now she's selling books, and we want to hear her story, because why it is so enlightening and so inspirational is that she's a bartender that reached out for her ambition and her goal and her dream, and she made it. She's Hollywood, and she loves snacks. That's a big, lovable teddy bear, and now he's not so much of a teddy bear anymore.
Sweet. Thank you.
You are a big, lovable teddy bear. You know what I hate?
Before we go Hollywood, we got to do this segment again. It's called Fish Stories. Give me one every week.
No. Okay, well, I'm going to give you one.
Tell you what goes on here.
Yeah, Mom's Saloon. I got
your fish. Give me one great fish story from being a bartender. Here we go.
Yeah, Mom's Saloon. Yeah. Mom's Saloon held a lot of rap parties, which means tell people what a rap party is for the Hollywood.
Okay. First of all, Mom's Saloon is in Brentwood. Fish and his uncle own this unbelievable bar. There's a line down the street.
I didn't own it. I did not own it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say you owned it.
Okay.
And you worked there. But I'm saying it was an unbelievable bar. I was there when I was in high school with a fake ID. But it was so much fun. And you have great stories. So a rap party is after a film is complete. It's in the can. There's a party soon after to celebrate the ending of the film, and food, drink, all that stuff. And there was one for a very special film, many special films at Mom's Saloon. All right, kick it.
About Last Night, filmed in 1986 at Mom's Saloon, and I remember it was Rob Lowe, Jim Belushi, Demi Moore. It was a play
Elizabeth Perkins.
Elizabeth Perkins was in it. A David Mamet play, and they shot all the interiors at Mom's Saloon, and the exteriors. Wow. They showed the exteriors were in Chicago, right? Because it took place in Chicago.
Right.
They rented the bar out for 2 weeks, and I was in the film. I got cut. Another buddy of mine, Jim Howell, was in the film, got cut. But I really learned a lot about four people: Demi Moore, well, Elizabeth Perkins too, but Rob Lowe and Jim Belushi. Is that how cordial and how absolutely wonderful they were to the crew and the people. Because there's dance scenes in there, and a lot of back then they were called extra atmosphere players. Snacks, talk about what an extra is in a film, because they use CGI now. Tell them.
The correct vernacular now is background artist. An extra is kind of like using a bad word, a bad term. But a background artist I know many that have been background artists in their whole career, 30, 40 years, and they work on TV shows. And they work in movies, and they come to the set. They know what they need to do. They bring their lawn chair, and they get their best book, and downtime they read, they talk on their phone, all that stuff. But they're so important to a movie or a TV show. Sure. It establishes presence in the back, so you see people in a park. It's just not the two actors talking. There's people, throwing the frisbee to volley and yelling and screaming. That's actors come in like myself. It's called Loop Group, and they put that in. But the physical actor is called a background artist, and you work long enough, you get your pension and everything. It's just you don't. And sometimes they get upgraded, and they get a line.
Yeah.
If they've been on the show or the movie, they say, "Hey, why don't we let Fish do that line?" Or they'll come up with an improv line and they'll give it to a background artist. But it's great. It's a great way to get in. I was a background artist for 2 years. I was on Charles in Charge. Scott Baio was my acting coach, and Jessica Lansbury on Murder, She Wrote.
Okay.
And it was
so getting back to the story, because I wanted you, and that's great.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, it's quickie. So I learned. So there had to be 150 people in the joint because there's dance scenes and they're doing a dance thing, and Belushi and Rob Lowe. But what was great, a great Fish story is that whenever they were done shooting, I would get behind the bar because we had booze, Still Mom Saloon, and just break bread with these guys. And Jim Belushi, there's this wonderful Netflix HBO documentary about John Belushi. Jim was telling the stories back then about his brother who passed away literally 4 years earlier than the shooting. Rob Lowe, I know you know the guy. You grew up the nicest. Demi Moore. And you think about these people because they went on to such great careers. Rob Lowe still works. Demi Moore still works. Belushi directs.
Demi Moore should have won an Academy Award for performance. So she's great. Yeah. But again, a lot of these people, they have, even Rob Lowe had a scandal and all these people, but they all come back. They're all warriors. They dust themselves off, get up and move on. Everybody makes mistakes except
what Rob Lowe did and Jim Belushi is when a lot of the extras or the atmosphere, you call them, the background
artists. Background artists.
Yeah. And they let people in off the street sometimes that sit there. And then when they say cut, they would sign every autograph. I witnessed this, talk to everyone. And then when they got me in as a friend, and they would introduce me. Jim would say, hey, he goes, "Hey, say hello to my friend Fish. He bartends in this joint. He runs the joint." Great. So it was just, I love being around the part of your Hollywood community like you that's humble, that gets it, that knows that it's a privilege and you're talented and you're doing something that a lot of people don't get a chance to do that are talented, but they get it. They get the fact that they're so lucky to be able to do something like
this. Beyond belief. Yep, I agree.
So one point I want to make about when you watch a show, let's say you're invested in a show like Shameless. I give you three. Shameless, the show Dexter with Michael Allen Hall, and this one I just finished called Euphoria with Jacob Elordi and Zendaya. I can't. This is a trend that's bothering me. When they say it's a final season, a lot of the final seasons suck. I mean, really bad, and I'm not happy with the final seasons. Do you have a final season of a show you watched that just didn't hit it for you? And the next question to you is, what? Did the writers mail it in, Snacks?
No, just there might have been too many cooks in the kitchen. Seinfeld did not end the way I wanted to. I loved how Curb ended. It might come back, but Seinfeld was a big disappointment to a lot of people. But again, it went. Very interesting. Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David, they're into numerology. So at Radford, the studio that I hope Netflix buys, they were on stage 9 and went 9 seasons. Interesting.
Loved it.
And that was the good luck they had with number 9. Yeah.
I just saw you. I'm going to get a residual check. I just saw you. Curb just did its annual Memorial Day marathon. And all of a sudden, I'm on my bike, and look who comes up, the roofer. What was your name?
Jonas, the roofer guy.
Yeah.
Jonas.
If we can get that clip, and we're allowed to put it on, and YouTube will show it. When you make him go outside to look at the tile, I still laugh at my. I forget the whole ending is great, but
he goes, "God, look at my tiles. They're fine." Yeah, that was a great scene, and it was all improv, and we did it probably 26 times. And funny story. So Larry, he's very he's a vegetarian. He's a germaphobe, all that stuff. So we had masks on, took them off, do a scene. And at the end, I go, hey, JB, can I get a picture? Great, no problem. Then I did Larry, and Larry goes, can you stand over there? I go, but Larry, I've been spitting up on you for 3 days. And I got my test. I'm walking. He goes, could you stand over there? So I had the picture of us, Larry, there, and then me over there. It was so funny. He's great. He's great. So
you know, I had a crush on that show. Not sure. You know, I had a crush on. I just had a weird crush on Susie Essman, the one who played Jeff Garland's wife.
Oh, she's great. Oh,
she's a pretty, and her spite. She reminds me of every girl that told me to F off that I tried to date back in the 80s. Jewish girls, you know.
She's not a great actress. Yeah. Oh man, you know, I can't believe you've gone 47 shows. This is the 47th. And we'll be right back next week with number 48 and the interview with
Nikki Hatfield.
Yeah. I can't believe Nikki Hatfield's written 2 books. She is one. See, I love when good things happen to good people.
Yeah. Could I say one thing? Go to Amazon. We'll get it. Gold Journal Writings. Gold Journal Writings on Amazon.com. Nikki Hatfield. You're gonna love what this kid has to say, and an inspiration to people like Brad and I. And Brad always has preached this ever since I've been friends with this guy. Don't quit. Never give up.
Never give up. Jerry Grunberg, my dad, July 1, 94 years old. Very blessed.
Your dad, your dad's July 1?
July 1, yeah.
Neil, my stepdad, is July 4th, 91 years old.
2 great dates for 2 great people, America and, of course, Neil. We love you, Neil. That's Eric Fish Schneider. Give me the fist. Give me the punching. Come on, Eric, you know how to do it, Fish. Punch it. There we go. I'm Brad Snacks Grunberg. We'll be back next week on number 48 of Fish and Snacks. Ooh, come on.